I'll do.
Let's talk about that. Hello and welcome to Modern Broadcast. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a comparison video between the WebRcade and RetroX. So without further ado, let's talk about some retro gaming. Doing a quick pros and cons list of RetroX, we see that there's a no-hassle setup, it's user-friendly, it has a deluxe feel and look, along with an engaging community. However, on the con side, it is a subscription service, internet is required, and it only works on Android or Raspberry Pi devices. Moving over to WebRcade, we see the pros here is that it's completely free, it runs on any web browser, UI is 100% customizable, and it also has an engaging community. For the cons, it's lacking some features, setup is pretty involved, and there's no options for on-screen controls. So here we are on our RG552, and as you can see, RetroX is downloaded here on the menu. So it is not in the Play Store. You have to go to retrox.tv to purchase it and sideload it onto whatever device you're going to use. Now remember, RetroX can only be utilized on Android or Raspberry Pi devices. So RetroX supports a lot of systems, as you can see here. We have things from the Atari 2600 to the Sega Saturn, Nintendo 64, pretty much any system, retro system that you would want to play. Even Dreamcast is supported on RetroX. What's nice about RetroX is that it pre-configures the emulators for you. It will download the files that you need in order to play the games. All you have to do is supply your game files, and RetroX takes care of the rest. So we see here that I have The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I'm going to go ahead and boot that up. So it shows the box art, and then it shows two images. And if we click the three dots, we can change settings if we'd like. So aspect ratio, we have the original 4:3. We can do square pixels or fit to screen if we want to stretch it across. We can also go to emulator options. And here we can change multiple settings such as texture filter or enhancements. Here we are booting up the game, and a quick thing to note is RetroX auto-populates the side art for games it recognizes, so it already put in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time artwork on the sides. Also, RetroX supports cloud-based saves, so I've already started this file, just the beginning, as a quick test, and you'll see that I have a save file in the menus here. Having cloud-based saves is very nice for if I'm playing on my RG552, I could switch to my phone, I could switch to another Android device, and pick up exactly where I left off. So the first time that you try to play a game, it's going to download some extra packages, and that is the emulator and anything that the emulator may need in order to run that system. So go ahead and click download. And once it's done, the game will start booting. Moving over to the WebRcade side of things, a few weeks ago I created a tutorial video on setting up your own WebRcade. I'll have a link down in the description below if you're interested in doing so. Since the initial release of WebRcade, the developer has been working diligently to release more features and systems available for the web application. The developer has released the WonderSwan, the TurboGrafx 16, the Super Graphics, the Virtual Boy, and the Neo Geo Pocket, along with the Pocket Color. The developer is also currently working on releasing Nintendo 64 and cloud-saved gaming. One of the biggest advantages WebRcade has over RetroX is that it is web browser based. So you can play your retro game collection on your phone. You can play it on a laptop or even a Chromebook that doesn't have memory to store your retro game collection. You can even get this open and running on a Xbox One. The developer offering this web application as completely free gives it another big plus in my book. RetroX does offer premium features that WebRcade currently does not have, such as editing the emulators and editing the games to look graphically better, but being able to set this up 100% free is huge. So which platform wins, RetroX or WebRcade? That really is going to come down to what you prefer. If you want a feature-packed program and you don't mind that you're stuck on Android or Raspberry Pi, then RetroX is definitely for you. Keep in mind that it does have a subscription, but $22.99 for 2 years isn't that steep. If you're a do-it-yourself kind of person, then I would say WebRcade is for you. It's free, the developer is constantly at work adding features, bug fixes, and trying to incorporate new features. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. Join me next week as we do a RetroX complete guide. Take care.